The cluster is pulled from the dash by inserting the removal tools between the vents and the cluster, red arrows. Some vehicles have the speedometer cable clipped to the pedal box, red arrow. You are going to need to free up some slack in the cable either way, so remove the kick panel and release the clip. Gently pull the cable up through the floor. Insert the hooked end of the tool between the vent trim and the cluster trim with the end pointed up or down, red arrow. Use care not to scratch the trim. Turn the handle so that the hooked end is facing the instrument cluster, red arrow. There are ridged edges to the cluster that the hooks will catch on. Pull the cluster out far enough so that you can reach in behind it and unscrew the speedometer cable. The sheath cable, red arrow, is connected to the cluster by a large brass screw, yellow arrow. Unscrew the brass ring. Unscrewing the brass ring will separate the cable from the cluster. This photo illustrates where the speedometer cable, red arrow, attaches to the gauge cluster, yellow arrow. Note the steering wheel has been removed for photographic purposes only. You do not need to remove the steering wheel to perform this work. All wires are held to the top of the cluster by a clip. Release this clip, red arrow, with your hands. A large 16-pin circular connection pulls straight back from the cluster. There is a cutout in the cluster that assures the plug can only fit into the cluster one way, red arrow. The rest of the connections are just squeeze and pull connections, red arrows. Bulb replacement is easy. Simply pull the plastic bulb housing from the cluster, as indicated by the red arrow. When replacing the bulbs, do not touch the surface of the bulb with your uncovered hands. The oils from your skin can cause a hot spot to form on the bulb and reduce its life. Installation is the reverse of removal. Thanks for watching. Click here to view the original article along with hundreds of other DIY content for your car.